Penguin the Joneses, man. Again, had to do this another time. Of course, my boy Antonio. I'm Rashad.
What's
And
going
if
on?
y'all ain't know,
Oh,
we ain't playing this.
we ain't playing this at all.
No, man. So it's of course it's Legion Day. I'm sorry, it's Spartan Day.
Sorry, day, yes.
Hopefully we will win tonight, but that's not why we're here. Why we're here
Right.
is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yes.
And I want you to go first.
All
Overall.
right. So I saw this Thursday, the day it came out, and I remember watching it, and then just being like, "What was WB thinking? What were they, what Warner Brothers thinking?" And then I remember, if you remember, I was like maybe hitting you up like, "Yo,
Yeah.
like." Like, honest to God, this is a completely different movie. It's a completely different movie. And if I'll just say this, man, by the time people see this, it goes, Zack Snyder could have saved the DCU, the DCEU. He could have saved the DCEU. You know what? I'm just gonna say my two major gripes off the top.
Okay.
And it's just two gripes. That's it. Number one, I felt the Lois Lane, Martha Kent stuff was kind of forced a little bit. I get that, she's going to be a major part of it, but it felt a little forced with some stuff. And then two, the second gripe is, good God, they could have broke this up into six six episodes or 4 episodes or whatever, because I did have to take a break in between. Those are my two major gripes, really. If I think of anything else, I'll let you guys know. But that's just my two major gripes. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of my fault. Was there anything you had, or?
All right. Well, it's my initial impression. So, number one, it is a better movie than theatrical cut back in 2016, 17. It's been so long, yo.
Yeah. I think most of us have tried to block that movie out.
Yeah, I actually remember seeing that with my entire family. I was like, man, what am I just wasted like $40 a day. So number one, it is a much better. It's a much better movie. Number two, if this was I can't even talk. If this was Zack Snyder's original vision for what he wanted to do, they should have just let that man do what he wanted to do. I mean, aside from everything that happened, the tragedy with his daughter,
right,
and all that stuff, and I guess some of just the course corrections that they were trying to do after Batman v Superman. Like if that was his original vision, they should have let him actually do that. Like, I will respect it enough for that. This is my overall thought of the movie. This was the most spectacular, ridiculous, beautiful, unnecessary movie that I've ever seen in my life. All right.
Very interesting.
Because there are some shots in this movie, Tony, I'm like, yo, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Then there's some shots in the movie like, yo, why are we still here? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he was like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the best of what I do. Okay, I feel like this movie is 300 meets DC, because this movie looks almost, especially the first hour, is almost beat for beat how he directs it and made 300, because it's super hella cinematic, slow-mo shots, just like very little real dialogue. It's just like, come on, fam. Like the scene that had me like, yo, I'm not sure I'm gonna get through this, was when Batman met Arthur Curry.
Yeah,
Like that scene was like 20 minutes. I'm like, fam, we
yeah.
see him on horseback on a mountain in the snow. We saw Batman on a campfire. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like this is so much stuff. Like, why are we seeing this?
With coffee, making coffee out of
Yeah,
it.
like he out here with his Columbia's best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like,
Fresh Parker.
and at the end of that scene, Tony, at the end of that scene, where after like the scene in the bar stuff was like that was funny.
I know what you're about to say. The singing.
But when Arthur goes back into the sea, takes his shirt off, and the little Icelandic girl grabs his shirt, smells his shirt, and they like sing it. They were singing a song for this man as he left. I was like, "What?" I said, "What are we doing? Like, what is this? This is so excessive, yo."
I will say that was a little bit ridiculous. I actually looked it up, the song, because I was curious what that was. A song by Bjork, the singer. You know what I'm talking about, right? Remember, she was popular in the 90s. The Icelandic, pop singer. It was a song. It's a song by her or whatever. I don't understand what. I just figured that since I guess they looked at him as a god because he used to bring food for them, during that time of year, because they said boats and stuff couldn't come into a harbor because of ice and everything. But yeah, the whole sniffing of the shirt was a little just a tad bit just a tad bit weird. But I mean, I think you summed it up. It was cinematically a great movie. I thought it was fantastic, minus a few hiccups, here or there. And I was like, good God, if this is what his vision was from the beginning, all DC Warner Brothers could have did was just wait until, hey, just give me a minute to get over my daughter, my daughter dying. Because I mean, I think everyone I've seen who's seen the movie, I've said the same thing, like, yo, this is completely different, movie, and same plot, but not really the same plot. It got rid of a lot of the, I guess you could say, campy stuff from the original. From the original stuff. It got rid of a lot of the campy stuff, like the whole scene. Remember the original when Aquaman sat on the lasso of truth by mistake and was like, "Oh, you are so hot. Oh, you are so hot." He was just talking. And then also the other part when it was the fight scene in the underneath the Gotham Harbor where Wonder Woman kind of fell on top of the Flash, and he had that young boy, oh my God, Wonder Woman is on top of me type moment. It got rid of that campy crap that really wasn't necessary.
No, but the funny thing is, like, they got rid of that, right? But they traded it for the scene where he goes to save what's your girl name? Forgot her name.
Are you talking about from the pet store when he was trying to get shot? Yeah. He saved the girl from
fam literally like just caress her hair. I'm like, fam, like how creepy is you, yo? Like it's just unnecessary. Like, and they grabbed
the hot dog in the pocket. The hot dog in the pocket was kind of weird. So I was like, what are we doing here, man?
It was so suggestively on the nose.
Yeah,
like, come on, guys. Like this, y'all didn't have to do this.
Yeah. It then really didn't go anywhere with it later on or anything like that. So I guess that's going to be touched upon in the Flash movie, in the Flash movie that's supposed to be coming up in a couple of years. Flashpoint. Supposedly. I just feel like this was kind of like the Justice League movie that we all deserved, and especially people in our age group, man, growing up, the Super Friends, and stuff, Justice League this is what we wanted, man, and this is what we've been waiting for. Everybody, everyone is now on the Marvel kick, the Avengers, like, let's be real, man. Growing up, we weren't really checking for the Avengers like that. We really weren't. It was about the X-Men
really
and Justice. It was X-Men and Justice League, man.
And
And
to be honest, for me, it was a lot of Image Comics too. Because my cousin
right
he came down from New York. He put me on the Image Comics hard. You know what I'm saying?
before we
So
even go any further with that,
it
Todd
was
Mc Todd
a lot of
McFarlane needs
Wildcats, a lot of Spawn. You
Todd
know,
McFarlane needs to come on and get this Spawn movie rolling because they say he got the script ready and Jamie is supposed to be Spawn.
so
Let's
Tom
get it.
finally got the script ready.
Apparently, he got the script ready.
Man, I don't want like he was sitting
I,
on that like 20 years now, yo.
apparently, he has the script ready because apparently he says that like he was so disappointed in the one back from 98, 99, whatever
Yeah.
with Michael Jai White that he's going to be the director. He's doing everything for it. Here he got it. Let's get the ball rolling on this, sir.
I think he should executive produce it, but like we're getting outside of the
Yeah, we're getting off. We're getting off.
So like so when it comes to, I feel you though, because I like when I first okay, so I I can't lie, I love Man of Steel. Like
me too.
it's so much that people don't like about Man of Steel that I don't care about.
Yeah.
And just the whole trajectory of his character arc in Man of Steel, like I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a very modernistic take on Superman. Like I like, you know, people like, oh, he didn't have a lot of hope. Like, man, like, yo, like the early, like for especially for me at that time, like it was a rough. So I was like, I understand Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
man.
that part of it, like I appreciate it. Batman v Superman I felt like it was too much and not enough, and it was also way too soon. Like they really could have finessed that, and like because I remember me and Maddie saw that. I was like, you like that? She was like, it was all right. I was like, it looked really good, but like I wasn't feeling
I can tell you right now what was wrong with that movie and what in my for me what killed the movie. They mixed two storylines into one movie.
Sure.
They should have just kept it Batman versus Superman and work from there. When they added the Doomsday, I said, come on, man. I said, y'all are screwing up. That the Doomsday storyline is 3 movies. Really?
I mean,
4
if you
movies.
wanted, I mean, even if you didn't want to stick to the actual comic book, you know what I'm saying? Like they could have easily chopped that thing up. I mean, they really could have finessed it.
Think about the first movie, The Death of Superman.
Mm-hmm.
The second movie, A World Without Superman. And the last movie could have been broken up into 2, The Reign of Superman. When you had when you had John Henry Steele as Steel.
Yeah, and even if they wanted to combine like The World Without Superman and like all the Supermen coming, they could have did that in one movie.
Yeah.
You know and they easily could have been Superman Returns.
And you combine, and then you basically mutated a dead General Zod into, oh man, that's the part that, other than that, I thought the movie was was okay. It was just when they started going down that route, I was like,
because this is how I feel. I could be totally wrong. I really felt like Zack Snyder wanted to do a solo Batman movie. You know what I'm saying? And then do another Superman movie, because that's really the trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Like this could have Batman v Superman could have been his thing, but the way it's chopped up and written, I really feel like he wanted to do I mean, because that Batman movie could have easily just been a Batman movie. You know what I'm saying? You could have introduced, Ben Affleck's Batman and then kept him moving. Because even when you look at it like in regards to the movie we talking about right now, into Justice League, Snyder's cut, like you can see how the death of Superman is what propels everything for his movie. Like I get that, but it just was hella rushed for me. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no real buy-in to Superman meaning that much to the world. And it also goes back into the confusion for me when it came to the original cut. I was like, nobody was caring about Superman like that. You know what I'm saying? Superman just became Superman like 2 days ago, and now we got like he's like a mortar. They out here with the Dios de los Muertos. You know what I'm saying? Acting like he's like Jesus Christ and stuff. Like it was so it
It
didn't
was
make sense.
rushed.
And
It was.
Snyder, he just like, yo, I'm not even gonna touch that. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
into how his death alerted everybody that the mother boxes weren't protected anymore. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
that whole change for me was I went along with it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So back to the movie at hand, Justice League Snyder Cut, bro. We can honestly say within the first 15 to 30 minutes, so many questions were already answered
Yeah.
that were left open from the top. Like you found out, Steppenwolf, found out why Steppenwolf was banished basically, by his nephew at that,
Mm-hmm.
by his nephew. You find out why the mother boxes finally woke up, what I'm saying, after thousands of years, almost a millennia of just, being the sonic wave of Superman, just, the sonic boom of Superman, screaming out in pain, waking, the mother boxes up.
That was like 5 minutes too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was. I think it was worth it, but it dragged a little bit in that. But it was just it just opened up so many. It explained things and it made things a little bit more tolerable that could have been made tolerable in the original movie. As a okay, this is why everything happened with that, and it just from that point on, you go on to like I said, Batman going to whatever country, Icelandic, Nordic, wherever he was at, trying to put together the I'm saying, Aquaman, Aquaman still being the jerk that he was. Cool. Then the whole scene with Wonder Woman and fight scene with Wonder Woman inside there with the the guys robbing.
Oh, that was so good. Yo.
First of all, I just want to say this. I don't know if you a you watch Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely.
okay.
Heck yeah.
So you know who that was, don't you?
I can even see it, yo.
Roose Bolton was the bomber.
Really?
That was Roose. Go back and watch. That was
Oh
the guy. That was
man,
the
yo.
guthat played Roose. I kept looking like, yo, I know. I was like, oh snap, that's Roose Bolton. Yes,
Yo, I can. Yeah, I totally missed that. Totally
that's
missed
yeah,
that.
that was Roose Bolton. But that scene when he was about to shoot everybody, and she was and she just went down. I said, oh my god. I was like, oh my god,
Yo,
and
like the way that like just the way that Wonder Woman was moving the entire movie, yo, was
yeah,
like I was like I fell back in love with Wonder Woman all over again. I was like, oh my
yeah.
god,
Yeah, because
y'all really,
because 84 left a bad taste in my
bro,
mouth.
yo, I watched the
84
job.
left a horrible taste in my mouth,
I
and
watched
thank
the job on
God.
Christmas Day. Like, yo, I wasted 2 hours of my life. Oh, this is not what I want. What? No, we could have done this so many different ways.
Yeah, yeah. But
Anyway,
but
but
we digress.
yo, that like I totally remember like yo, I really like Wonder Woman. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? This is why like, even like the first Wonder Woman,
yeah.
tonally it was not that, it was a little different because it was the whole fish out of water theme, but
Mm-hmm.
still I mean trope, but still like the Wonder Woman trajectory for how she was supposed to be in present day. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, yo, like
Yeah. And then too, shout out to the extended Amazonian versus Steppenwolf scene, bro. Shout out.
Shout out to Steppenwolf not being a little holders movie, yo.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, right.
yo, because like in the original joint, like they was slinging him the
Yeah.
entire time. Like this movie, he was holding his own. Like he was beasting on them, like unequivocally. I was like, he was getting
Yeah.
it in.
Oh yeah. Also too with this movie, at one point I said, "Is this Justice League or Mortal Kombat?" These those deaths, them death scenes,
Bro.
Magnifique.
So, oh yeah, this is rated R, yo. It was like, yo, they was
I was
killing
like,
Kevin.
why am I seeing blood splatter across the
I
screen?
said, yo, this is rated R, man. It was, yo, I was like, wow.
Yo, yeah, man, and the new design of Steppenwolf was way, saying way better
yeah, man.
than
Like that,
instead of looking like some dude with a horn helmet on, it just he
looking
just
like a
looked
looking like a cutscene boss in a video game.
right. And God, let's just run through stuff in the movie. The extended scene when Diana was telling Bruce about the origins of the mother boxes. That scene when it basically wasn't Steppenwolf, it was Dark Side, and
Yeah,
you
when Darkseid caught that L.
yeah, when you saw like the Battle of the Last Alliance with the Atlanteans, the old gods, the one that one Green Lantern getting his hand cut off and dying, and his ring flying off to the next person. Oh my God, that was just great. It
Because
was a
that
great
because that was one of them scenes that was already done. Because that was
yeah
in it. Because that was a scene that was in the was in one of the trailers. You know what I'm saying? So I was
yeah
like, yo, I want to see that. And they actually
yeah.
did it. It was really cool. But like, yo,
Also
that part was cool. Like, what else?
also Dark Side looked looked
It
great.
looks spectacular. They,
Looked yeah, he
he
looked
spent that $70 million
and for people that's watching this and who's not familiar with Dark Side, Uncle Tony and Uncle Rashad is here right now to let you know. As much as we love Thanos, don't you
Darkseid's a
dare
beast.
don't say, "Oh, Dark Side ain't nothing but a Thanos ripoff." No,
It's vice versa.
it's vice versa, people. For you non, don't listen. We're not trying to be the comic fanboys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're just letting you guys know some history here. Marvel got the idea of Thanos from Darkseid.
Yeah.
And as much as we love Thanos, Darkseid is a whole different more problem than
Yeah, because
Thanos is.
yeah,
Than Thanos is.
because Jack Kirby wanted to do the new guys with Marvel anyway, but they didn't want him, so he just went to DC and did it.
Right. Right. Like yeah, Thanos sitting in that floating chair in the what in the second Avenger in one of the Avengers movie or whatever, when he's sitting in the floating chair talking. That was what Darkseid. That was his thing. He had
No,
the floating
that was Guardians.
Guardians. Yeah, Guardians
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
Galaxy when
yeah,
he's
yeah,
sitting in the
yeah.
floating chair. Yeah, that was Darkseid. That's Darkseid doing his thing, man.
What
But
pissed me off though was how like they didn't even really let like Darkseid really fight.
we'll talk about that a little bit later. Hope everything I have that's crossable hopefully, but I
Man,
don't think we're gonna ever see it. We'll talk
nah.
about that later.
All right,
But
yo. So the other standout thing we talked about this too. I was like texting you as I was watching this. Was Cyborg, man.
MVP.
Yo, like when I
MVP.
mean they gave Cyborg his due. I mean,
Yes.
aside from him being like super like really really sad the entire time,
Yeah.
like like Ray Fisher crushed that, yo.
And because in the original cut, they ished on him.
Bad,
They ished on him bad.
bad.
And I kept saying I remember not too long ago before this came out, I was like, man, I haven't seen the guy that plays Cyborg in anything else. And I went and
Nah,
looked, and
they
he
black.
hasn't been.
No,
He he was
they blacklist the fam, yo.
yeah, they blacklisted him. And I was
Yeah,
like, what? And then, this movie here, you see like why he was the way he was, why he had those emotions. God, he became Cyborg because his damn mother died in a car accident with him, and his father was grief, basically dug his son up and brought him back and cut his body up and
for all
created
intents and purposes, yes.
yeah, cut him up and created him this and that. And he's like, yo, I didn't want this, but he's that. And then he's pissed at his father for this, and pissed at his father, number one, because his father really wasn't around to be around for him and stuff like that. And then his father did this to him. Oh my God, and then like that little monologue little monologue that his father gave him on the recording the first time he listened to it, telling him about what powers that he have, and basically like, yo, the world is at your fingertips.
Yeah, that
Literally.
was. I mean, like that whole montage was like 8 minutes too. Like, bro,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Like,
there's so much that's could have been edited in this
yeah.
movie.
I will say it was sweet though. It was dope in my opinion, just my opinion, how it showed when he was like in his mind computer, he was still his whole self and he could just see everything at his fingertips. That he helped the lady. He saw the lady bank account had like what $10 in it, and he basically was like, yeah, let's fix that and
Yeah,
end up giving her like
fam
a
was struggling. Gave her like
I was
100K.
I was like that, yo, I need Cyborg to be real to hook a brother hook a brother up for real like that. But yeah, his character development, you know, was just great to me, and how he pulled that off as an actor. And I mean, Cyborg was an MVP, man. And if I had to
Yeah,
give a co MVP, it's probably Flash. Co
yeah,
MVP for Flash,
yeah.
because
The Flash really did this thing. That I'm not sure in regards to Flash. I feel like they try to play him like fam was on the spectrum a little bit. You
they
know what I'm
did,
saying? So, but
they
like, you
did,
know,
and I'm not laughing because if
yeah,
anybody, yeah,
I get it, but I'm not really sure. Like, if I don't know. Like,
yeah,
I feel it feels icky a little bit,
yeah,
but I get it. They wanted him to be very like sporadic and like
yeah,
basically do everything fast in real life because he's fast in general.
yeah.
Um,
I wish they kind of would have explained a little more too about like he's
they
he was
explain
almost a
they
he's
explain
almost a
nothing about him.
genius.
They
He's
explain
almost
nothing
right. He's
nothing
almost a
about his
genius. They never
powers.
really
They
explained it. Like,
explain nothing about no type of like, yo, they just like, yo, I'm fast, and that's it.
yeah, like my man was able. Like, you think about it, he made that suit by himself from what they use on the space shuttles, as they said. It's just like, well, how is he able to know to do this and that? But once again, that's neither here nor saying that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to go. I'm just trying because God, the movie was so long. Just
Hmm.
going along with the movie. I'm gonna say this. This has been brought up before, but this is how I felt even before the movie. Um, Probably not a popular opinion, but you know me, I really don't care. um, we need to give Ben Affleck his flowers,
Yeah, I
and I felt that, and in my opinion, I feel he has he's one that's pulled Batman off the best out of everyone I've ever seen play the role of Batman by
he
looks.
did both really well. He was decent as Batman and decent as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
And the thing I like about Ben, like Ben was like, he was like old man Batman. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like,
20, like he said, they said he's 20 years into the game.
yeah. So like, I really like he. It was like especially the way he played Bruce Wayne. Like, he wasn't a dick about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I appreciated. And then him as Batman was like, it was like, that's why I wish we had just a straight up Batman movie
Yeah.
and to really establish his character. The character that did not get any real even in this joint is freaking Aquaman. Like,
Yeah.
I can't yo, Aquaman and his underwater scenes, like, I hated almost all of them joints. Like, I don't know. It's something about them like I just did not like.
I will say this. I was hoping that Snyder was going to retcon in the original how they have to have the air bubble.
No, you got
And
four of them joints, right?
right, how he had to have the air bubble in order to talk. But then in the Aquaman movie,
And James
they're
James
straight up,
Wan was like, just like, yo, this is stupid. Like,
yeah,
I
like
can't listen to it the whole time.
I just wish that Snyder would have retconned that and boom. But
Nah,
I guess he was like,
nah.
nah, we can't do that. So we just go, we gonna roll, we gonna roll with it or whatever. So, that's the one thing. But you really didn't see any character development with, what I'm saying, with Aquaman at all.
Aquaman was just like, he just was like, yo, I'm gonna be hella cool the whole time, and that's really it. Like,
Yeah.
and
I'm gonna tell you what it is. They were trying to make Aquaman kind of like Namor.
Yeah, or like what did I say the first time I saw that they was trying to make Aquaman like basically trying to make him like a surfer bro. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
they did that. Like I feel Jason Momoa, like he like for what he had to do, he did a really good job. Like he
yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? But they didn't really give him a whole lot, and they still didn't give him a whole lot because all of his stuff was like basically like old stuff.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of his stuff was the stuff from the actual,
Yeah, they are stuff that was
theatrical theatrical
already
cut, and then probably was some
a lot of stuff that was edited out.
yeah
You know what I'm saying?
edited stuff out, and there's some scenes that Zack Snyder had along. You know what I'm saying, to put on. But yeah, right. They try to go like you said with the whole surfer bro type way with Aquaman, in my opinion, with a touch of Namor from the Marvel comic.
Yeah.
Marvel people, wait till Namor comes around. You will see the type of you will see a excuse my language, a badass king of the ocean when you when Namor comes around. But
Uh, let me say that something that I did like.
mhm.
I liked the actual plot. Okay, like just how it flowed together and how stuff made
Yes.
sense this time,
Mhm.
especially when it came like you said to the mother boxes, and even how when they was at like the basically their version of Chernobyl, and you know why he was there,
Thank
why they was doing all that.
thank God they
Just
got rid of that other crap that was in the
that
with the
little
kid.
random stupid family. Yeah,
Yes.
that crap. Even how it was color graded,
Mhm.
it made sense. Just all like I appreciated that. Like, okay, I can follow along with this movie. You know, like
Yeah.
that part of it. Like I said, okay, even though this crap is about 4 hours, like okay, thank you for this. At least I can follow along. It was intelligible. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah. Um some other stuff that was I'm gonna say this. Um Martian Manhunter.
Yo, like, why
The
is he there?
randomness in the middle,
Why
we
is
could have
he
did we could
there?
have did without the that's when I said at the beginning I felt the Lois Lane stuff was kind of forced,
Hmm.
and like we didn't need like if you're gonna have Martian, oh, they could have just saved that for the end. They could have saved that for the end. And it's like they just wanted us to know that I can't think of the actor's name right now, but Dresser from Five Heartbeats, Locke from The Matrix,
Yeah, yo, like
you
I
know,
like it was funny when I realized that he was in the Five Heartbeats. I was like, oh
yeah.
yeah, that is the same dude,
Show him Dresser, you
I
know,
got nothing but
but
love.
love.
You-
Yeah, so the random scene when he disguised himself as Martha Kent to get Lois out of her funk, and then was like, "The world needs Superman, but the world needs Lois Lane as well." Like, no, we don't. But okay, they put that in there just to show that. I think they just put that in to show you like this is the guy that is the Martian Manhunter
like
instead of
this is what we was gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Yeah,
I think what we were going to do was I think that part may have been added. I think it may have been because
it definitely was added. Because if I felt like all the Lois Lane stuff was added. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like so even when like there's the part where she's like ordering the coffee and all that, I feel like all that could have been added. But that scene in particular, that was definitely added. And especially the epilogue scene with
Uh-huh.
him popping up randomly to Batman's house. That was definitely added.
Here's the thing. I think the reason why they added, especially the scene when she revealed herself as the Martian Manhunter and Lois, was because I think that other scene, it wouldn't have like you would have seen the people would have been like, well, who the hell is the Martian Manhunter playing? And that's basically showing like, oh, this is he's been here the whole time. He's the Martian Man, just to reveal who, what I'm saying, who he is. I think that's the only reason why it was added. I'm happy they had the Martian Manhunter in it, but
It just was pointless, man.
it was pointless. Like I think I would have felt better if they would have just had him at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like I've decided that Because they could have did the reveal then, showed him like that. Bruce probably would have known that this guy was the general, and like, how the hell you get my place? And then he revealed himself, and you're like, oh, okay, that's who it is. But yeah, that
Yeah.
then that was kind of like one thing I felt that was kind of like, why was this here? But I broke that into, like I said, the Lois Lane,
Yeah.
stuff being,
They had to give her something to do.
yeah, the Lois Lane stuff being force fed to us. I also is the scene when they actually bring Superman back to life. That whole scene with Cyborg's father and everything, that made everything make so much more sense.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you what was crazy about that scene. How the Kryptonian ship was like, "Hey, we don't want these problems." Like y'all,
he said, "Look, you can't reverse this, yo." Like,
it was like, hey, we're getting to the point of no, y'all sure y'all want to do this? Like, and like, there was like, yo, the ship does not want us to do. Like, he's just sitting there, and like Cyborg's like, yo, the ship is scared, and they're like, what the hell you mean? No, the ship is like, we don't want these problems, but yo, we need him for these type of problems. It was like that.
that whole sequence made so much sense. I was like,
And even before that, when they was bringing in the casket, and we was walking, and then the ship was bringing out the different suits, and it was oh, the ship knows it knows he's here. It was like, here, pick out what suit you want. It felt his presence, but that made so much more sense with the whole like, hey, they was like, hey, 5, you sure we want to do this? 4, with this point of no return. 3, 2, and then when he had the little flash sequence of everything that was supposed to happen, I was like, oh my God. I said, I really would love to know, you know what I'm saying? Number one, that had to have been Lois skeleton that he was holding it in his hand, Superman.
Oh yeah.
And then when Darkseid came up to him like a father, like grieving father, put his hand on his shoulder, I was like, oh my God, what is going on? What is going on here? And I said, oh, they're gonna change this from the movie. They're not gonna do it this way. And then you was like, oh no, they are going to do it. And then too, it explained to a little bit with Flash, when Flash was like, hey, I can do certain things, but things get a little crazy, saying like he's able to reverse time, and it showed like how he actually would have missed the point to turn, Superman back on, but he went so fast it reversed back. Oh man.
And, I mean, which gave it precedent to the end scene, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it gave you it gave you a glimpse of that. So also too, I'm glad too that dumb line was taken out too when Superman was still kind of like, who the hell am I? But he recognized who the hell Batman was.
Yeah.
Do you bleed? Thank God they took that, saying that's stupid.
I forgot about that.
Remember, because remember Batman versus Superman, where they went hands up face to
Yeah. I remember Batman said that.
And then like Superman goes, do you bleed? I was like, this what we doing, bro?
All the things he remember that.
Yeah, right. And then I bought the big gun, the secret weapon. And it's Lois Lane, that kind of made more sense. Like she was just there, and he just happened to be like, oh, like I'm back. That's her. Or whatnot. That little fight scene when they fought Superman, I'm glad they kept that in and they added a little bit more. Number one, let me tell you, one of the funniest things ever is Cyborg's extra arms that come out.
Yeah. I was like, he can man got more hands. Like, yeah,
it was cracking me up because he was holding the hands came out, so big trying to punch him.
Yeah, it happened at the end of the movie too. I was like,
yeah,
this was hella random. He got more hands.
And then with the Flash where he was like, I'm about to go behind, so no. That That was cool. And also I love how they redid as well, once again, the scene under the tunnel, when they you,
That scene was so good, yo.
yeah.
Like
Because it
it
got
was
rid of
so like
it also got rid of the dumb thing of I don't really know how to save people. I just normally
yo,
push people. And he was
yo,
like,
let
well,
me
you know
tell
what to
me.
do. Come on, man.
Tell like yo, I don't under if 80% of the movie was done originally, how did Josh mess this up this bad? I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, it was already there for you. All they
Yeah.
did was piece it together and just tie it up. Like fam was like, nah, we about to make some wholesale changes to this whole. This would be
Right.
like it was no need to do any of that stuff
No.
because it was done. So like that, like yeah, that tunnel scene, that whole action set piece, and especially for me, the daggone ending. The ending of this movie was really it was good.
Yeah.
It was one
Yeah.
of the better wrap up action scenes at the end of a movie and
Yeah.
I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even like expected that, but like just how they set it up and how they had to it is made sense. The steps that they had to take to actually get at Steppenwolf like that made sense. And even when Superman showed up this time in comparison to when he showed up in
I don't
Josh
even
first,
remember how he showed up last time.
it was really lame. Like he
I
just
don't
like
even remember how like this time I dug it because he was getting ready to kill Cyborg and bang, and he was just like, stop it. His blue, it made his, little his battle axe freeze up. And oh my god, can we just talk about how cold it was, how they killed Snyder, how cold it was. This is like a Superman, this was a Superman beat still on him. Then Lois cuts his head off.
your Wonder Woman cut his head off.
Yo, at first I thought too when Superman was like beating on Steppenwolf, I thought they was looking like, yo, he's lost sense of reality. Like I thought they was gonna try to be like, yo, that's enough, man. Like he was putting in
Nah,
that he was
he gave that man a whole L, yo.
and cut his horn off.
Yeah.
And cut his
Yeah.
horn off. And Darkseid didn't even care. Stopped his head and stepped on it.
It was looking at him like,
yeah, Darkseid was looking like, yeah, okay. He said, so this is what I got? Okay.
yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. We'll just have to travel across the universe to get a hold of him.
Yeah, we gotta bring everybody here. Don't worry about
it. He said assemble the
Armada.
Not the army. To assemble the armada. That right there lets you know that
so
it was about
it was real like I was like, man, like I really Tony, this should have been 2 movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was originally gonna be 2 movies. Hold on. Was it supposed to be a trilogy?
I think it would be a trilogy. Because
oh man, like I really wish they could have did this for real.
So let's get to the part everyone probably wants to talk about, the epilogue. So the epilogue, yeah, we saw what happens. Arthur goes back to doing this thing, Batman, they're going to turn Wayne Manor into the Justice stuff, saying the Hall of Justice or whatever. Flash, he works at a crime lab. He's going to try to help his father out.
All that. Back what's that stupid city called? Something City?
Yeah, I forgot the name of that city. But let's talk about the post-apocalyptic future. That scene right there was enough. Was enough for the wait. Was enough for the wait, man.
Cause my question is, why is Batman still having these dreams?
Right. And here's the thing. Why is he still having these dreams? And basically, man, dude, that dialogue between him and let's give it up for Jared Leto. Let's give it up, that dialogue between him and Jared Leto had the potential with what we just saw to take that road, that character, and be like, I am the Joker now.
Yeah, he could have easily did it. You know what
He
I'm
could have been
saying?
like that dialogue back and forth was just, because it was just crazy how you went from the last scene of what was going on in the present, where Luther escaped and Deathstroke was helping him
Deathstroke and all
out,
that good stuff.
and the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
thing you know, you see Deathstroke is helping Bruce Wayne and everything, and then there was like, and then when Mira was like, "What have you ever loved?" and you, I was like, "Oh," he was like, "Oh, he's loved," and then like that's like one of the and I felt that because that was the first time I think we've ever seen in movie or on screen Batman buttons get completely pushed
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
Joker.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah. I
because
mean,
he because usually Batman is like kind of calm with it. When he said that, and then Batman turned around and said, "You need to be careful with your next words out of your mouth right now."
yeah.
And he basically was like, Joker being Joker just didn't care, said it anyway, and said, "That's why you don't send a boy Wonder to do a man's job." I said, "Oh, he went there. Oh, he went there." And for people that don't know, just go back and watch Batman versus Superman movie, where you see the Robin uniform is the
On
face,
full display.
full display, the face that said "jokes on you" and everything like that, and that
He
goes back
vandalized
to,
that joint. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder which Bat Robin it is that he did
Yeah,
kill.
they
So
could have did the
he,
whole death in the family. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So
That's what I'm saying, man. Like if
yeah. Oh my God, when he said that, and he was just going, and then too, that's also the first time you ever see the Joker kind of get his buttons pushed.
yeah,
When
yeah,
Batman
yeah,
said,
yeah, he hit him with
"Yeah,"
hit with
he
the
said, "No, I
Harley.
know about," saying, he said, "I know about those." He was like, "You do too." He's like, "Yeah," like when I held Harley Quinn's body, and she told me the last thing she wanted me to do was to kill you slowly, and and you saw his hands shaking like, "Don't you ever bring her name, like, don't
He's
ever
like,
bring."
you almost got
You,
me.
you almost, you almost got me. You almost got me, and then
Oh man,
and
like
then
that scene again. That is the part of the beautifully ridiculous, pointless part of the movie that was the epilogue for me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, this is so amazing, but so pointless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's pointless. And this is, let's go to where I was saying. It's pointless now because we're never going to see, most likely,
nah, man,
what was
this
going
is
to
it.
happen.
This is it.
Now, as they say, money talks and BS walks.
Yo, so
Warner
it
Brothers
is.
came
Yeah.
and said, "Oh, we're not going to work with Zack Snyder anymore, and he's not going to do this no more." If enough, listen,
If they got like
enough
three
people got this to
clubs,
happen. Enough people got this to happen.
and not even that, like the thing about it is gonna be the money talks part. So if they can actually if they can recoup and profit off that 70 mil to actually make this,
Mm-hmm.
man, who knows, y'all?
Yeah, man. Oh man,
Who like
but
I mean, like I don't this it sets a I mean to be honest, it sets a horrible precedent. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? For like, you can have like a rather rabid fan base push people to do things that they maybe shouldn't even do. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
like
right.
it's this it's I feel a very
Right.
very weird
Because
place for
I'm
about
gonna
this.
tell you why. This right here happening is the reason why people who are Game of Thrones fans have that petition out to redo season 8.
It ain't gonna happen, yo.
It ain't gonna happen. It's the same reason why you got Star Wars fans saying, "Hey, scratch that prequel, scratch them sequels, and
That ain't
redo the."
that ain't that ain't gonna happen
That
either.
ain't gonna happen either.
As much as I dislike
I would like for it to happen.
as much as I
And
dislike the
Disney has
Rise of Skywalker, it ain't gonna happen.
and Disney's probably like, we could do this and make even more money and rule the world even more, but they're not going to do that. Oh snap!
Nah.
Dropping stuff. No, oh snap! It's not going to happen. And this is just going to be one of those things that man, we wish we could have seen it, and it's faded off into oblivion. If it does happen, and they say, "All right, DC, Warner Brothers, Snyder, whatever, get together and be like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have our we're trying to keep the DCU thing going with Aquaman and Flash and stuff like that. But there is a base for this. And we're just gonna have the Snyderverse and just finish out this story.
I mean, because
separately, but it's going to be hard and it's going to be confusing because now you got Twilight as Batman.
Yeah, give Ron Passon his put some respect on Ron Passon name.
I know, man. I know. I just
like many other things beside that, yo. Like
I know. I just like to say that, you know. You got Twilight as Batman. I know, but I got some respect that he's a great actor. I'm still kind of eyebrow was raised, and I was like, he's playing Batman. And thing is, Batman is near and dear to my heart because, yes, I'm a Marvel person, but Batman is my favorite comic of all time. Like, just the stories in Batman are some of the best stories of all comics or whatever. So, you know, I kind of have an eyebrow raised, but I had my eyebrow raised at Heath Ledger, and Heath Ledger made me out to be a liar. It looks stupid. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Heath Ledger may like OD die for that.
Yeah, right. You know, so I mean, I would love, like I think you would probably like it, everybody else, just to see what Zack Snyder's, you know what I'm saying, his vision is.
I mean, because like before this, I was like, man, screw this crap. Now I'm like, maybe. Like, I don't even want to say this out loud, yo, but I'm like, yo, like that I really kind of want to see Darkseid come to Earth.
Yeah, right. Right. And then you get this. And here's the thing, man. People like forget you saw in the vision in Batman versus Superman, where Superman basically was like the ruler of the planet, along with, and you had the military with the Superman symbol, which is supposed to be the symbol of hope.
Yeah, ironically,
on it, man.
If I could get like, I mean, it could really like, it would be so dope because then you could have like multiple timelines. It could be it could be just a whole multiverse thing.
This is why I think the multiverse thing might happen. Why it may happen. If you notice in that dialogue with Batman and Joker made reference to that kind of. He was like,
he did. Yeah,
he said,
how many
universe? He says, how many different?
He said, how many multiverses?
Yeah, how many multiverses have you just screwed up with? You know, saying with this or whatnot. When the whole problem is, you just need to kill you don't have the balls to kill yourself. You don't have
you say you don't have the balls to die.
Yeah.
You're afraid to die.
Yeah, but basically he's trying to say you're the problem.
Like, yo, like, man,
here's a card. As long as this card is whole, you live. He says, but when you're ready to die, just rip it in half so we can just talk about it. Just have a conversation about it. Like,
Tony, man, like, I'm sitting there like, yo, like, this they could really, if they wanted to. I mean, the demand is already there, so it's not about if people want it. It's about if they really want to do it. If they really want to be like, yo, Zach, we sorry, fam. We should have did a better job. You know what I'm saying? Between Jeff Johns, Walter Hamada, and all them dudes that was running it back then was like, nah, this ain't really it. And even when it comes to like Jeff Johns was at the helm of it. They was trying to act like he was gonna be the Kevin Feige of the whole thing. And Jeff Johns really screwed the pooch, as the white folks say. And he, like, you can tell because he's legitimately just a comic dude. He's not an executive. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the people get mad at like them not having a Kevin Feige.
You know and the thing is, Kevin Feige is rare because he is a comic dude, but he's a
producer for real. You know what I'm saying? He been on this since freaking Spider-Man. I mean, since like the first X-Men. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, he's been on both sides of the game. Yeah,
he has basket in this and understands it. So,
bro, like, I feel so jaded, man. Like,
so we both seen the movie, and for me, I don't know about you, I have to put this like top 5 superhero movies. Possibly 3. But I say top 5. I say top 5 because the storytelling was good. The action sequences were fantastic. It was the movie that we wanted and should have gotten.
I feel I would have to say maybe top 10. You know what I'm saying off the top of my head, like it's
like for me, if I had to give it, I put it in top 5 only because my 5 would be in not in order would be Dark Knight,
of course,
Endgame,
of course,
Infinity War,
mm-hmm.
Winter Soldier,
Mm-hmm. We right here already.
and that 5th spot for me is probably going to be Snyder Cut Justice League. And I've done something sacrilegious that I might lose my black card for. I think that it surpassed Black Panther. You know,
yeah.
And that's the only reason why I say top 5.
Yeah,
I say top 5 right
that's,
there. Like,
and that's why I say like at least top 10 because
yeah,
it's for me. It's basically what you said with Black Panther at 5, and like everything else could be it's a toss up. You know what I'm saying? Like and depending on how I feel, like that jump maybe like 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But like it's like I don't even want to admit how decent this movie was. If it like if this was a strong 3 hours,
yeah,
I would have been like, top 5.
If they would have took out probably at least 30 minutes of filler that they put in there that he added in there, certainly top. I think you might even break 3. Or if they would have took out an hour of certain filler, you might have got top 3, but definitely top 5. Anybody who has not seen this movie, anybody, whether you are jaded by the original, if you think this is nothing but the original one with deleted scenes and stuff, no, do yourself for you people who are Marvel fans who just hate DC because you really don't know nothing about DC because you're just a Marvel, you're a Marvel mark. There's nothing wrong with that. Here's my thing with people, the Marvel versus DC thing. Right, the thing with Marvel DC. You can enjoy both.
I do all the time.
I do. You can enjoy both. I think DC makes the best animated movies, comic movies ever. Don't believe me? Go watch some of the DC animated movies. They destroy anything Marvel made animated so far.
Made so
far.
Yeah, definitely.
All of those Batman, DCU,
all them Justice League movies,
League ones are fantastic. So you can enjoy both, but please, people, watch the movie. It's long. You might want to break it. It lets you. We're telling you it's 4 hours. It tells you chapters. If you want to watch it, and then you see the next one comes up and says chapter 2, you can stop it and say, okay, that's enough for today. Or if you want to just break it up into 2 hours and do it, cool. But it's 6 chapters altogether, 7 if you count the epilogues. But the epilogue is not that long. But people, go watch this. This movie is the movie we should have got. Now, in closing, this is the only thing I want to say.
Go ahead.
The one DC movie that I need in my life before I leave this plane and hopefully be with my Lord, I need to see Kingdom Come made into a movie.
I don't know. I don't know. You're going to get that.
Kingdom Come possibly is one of the best storylines ever written. And that needs to be made into a movie. I have seen people have mentioned that, like, when are we going to get Kingdom Come? An old Batman, an old Superman, an old Wonder Woman going up against the new generation of superheroes who are just unruly and don't get it. And
if it's like this task would have been so much easier if they would have did this right.
If they would have did this right, if this is the movie we would have got,
Kingdom Come
from
would have been
Snyder,
so much easier
Kingdom
to
Come
make.
would have been so much easier to make. But and then for people who know about Kingdom Come, don't give me the there's too many characters to do that. Did we just not see Avengers? did we just not see Avengers?
I mean,
That was
of course you gotta adapt it for a screenplay, but like
right.
if
It's the
you do it
for
right,
screen.
you can do it right.
Right, you can do it right, man. So God, this is the movie we deserve, man. This is the movie we should have got. And the Snyderverse, the Snyder DC verse is what we should have got instead of getting Wonder Woman 84. Aquaman wasn't that bad.
It was all right.
But
I was cool.
it was all right. It was cool, Aquaman.
James Bond did this thing.
We definitely listen, people. We deserved a Ben Affleck Batman movie, solo Batman movie. We deserved that so much.
Yeah, man. Too bad he was going through the divorce and alcoholism. That
derailed
that.
Yeah, that derailed all that. We deserved the Batman.
And plus because of that time, fans made him not want to do Batman anymore. Anyway,
right? Yeah.
Like let's not forget that. Like 2018, 2019, like they was pressing your boy, yo. He was like, he's like, I don't do this no more. Let me just start drinking.
You're like, man, let me get out this daggone stupid fandom with these comic book jerks.
And that's the part about as we close this because the game will start.
Yeah,
that's why the whole DC fandom thing went way left, yo. You know what I'm saying? And in turn a lot of people off. And that's the part of it. I'm like, yo, like
bro, imagine if Kevin Feige had a hold of this. Bro, if Kevin Feige had a hold of DC, man,
we would have had a string of 10 movies in 4 years.
Man,
fully developed characters.
We would have gotten a Green Lantern movie we deserve. We would have got first of all, he wouldn't even start with a Green Lantern. We would have did the Green Lantern core movie first, explaining that mythos. And then we would have gotten our Green Lantern. And most like we probably would have started off with a Hal Jordan, but then we would have got John Stewart too as well.
Sony. All right, y'all. I hope you if you stay this long, get a real MVP. Of course, like, share, subscribe, all the good things, man. Whenever
hanging out with the Joneses plus one,
man. And the OG Jones fan, like I said last time, Antonio. Like, I don't know what's gonna pop next, but anything big pop off, we gotta talk about. We'll set the Zoom up and just
go. I guess the next thing probably be Falcon Winter Soldier. I saw the first episode.
Yeah,
I saw the first episode. Pretty decent. Like I said, I heard somebody say, "Oh, so it's working." People, have y'all not learned from WandaVision yet?
First episode.
So like I said, it's so much stuff coming out, man. Between that. The Bad Batch come out too.
We can talk about that too. You know what I'm saying?
Wars, so
Loki come out in June.
Right, so
Black Widow too. If we can actually, depends on how
decide on a date.
Do it. Yeah, they're gonna drop it. Give me the $30. I'll pay the DC access. Come on now.
There we go. Yeah, pretty much. Shoot.
Yeah.
But look, man, appreciate it.
Man, it's been fun, yo.
Always, man. So I'm Antonio. That's Rashad.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next time, man.
I'll at you.
I hit you up.
Behold the green and go.